Hi everyone, it's Anthony from Don't Crop Me Now. We've had our insurance renewal through for the ground, and they have a fairly strict stipulation that all ponds not only have to be covered but have to be covered in a secure manner. Now, we've always covered our ponds and water butts, but that's probably just been a grid or something just sitting on the top of the pond, which has been sufficient to keep wildlife out for all these years. But like I say, the insurance stipulation was considerably stricter. So we're going to have a look at what changes we've had to make us compliant with our insurers. So first of all, we're just going to have a little look at the water butts, and you can see here that they are covered with a plastic bread tray. It's upside down so that the lip stops the bread tray sliding off, and they're held down with bricks and in this instance a planter. So there's pretty much no way that a bird or a squirrel is going to fall through those holes and end up in the water butt. And even for people, you know, it's got to be clear that it's got to be sort of child-proof, that someone can't climb into that water butt and injure themselves. We've always generally covered our water butts in this manner, so luckily this wasn't a significant change for us. But what was a change was the ponds. So these are our two ponds on plot 4. The one in the background, the larger of the two, it's changed shape slightly, and this one in front of us, that didn't even exist. So these were new towards the end of last season. And as I mentioned at the intro, we have always covered our ponds. We've even used exactly the same stuff that you can see in this clip. It's basically a disassembled dog training crate. It's perfect, it works really well, and that's what used to lie across the top of our ponds, but it just used to rest on the bricks. Now, the insurance policy has basically stated that it has to be very secure. So if you have a little look, I'll just step back a bit. If you have a little look, you can see that there's wooden legs driven into the ground. Now, they go in the same depth as they are above ground, so they're really solidly in the ground. And then it's a wooden frame, and then the sort of grills are now resting on top of that, and they are held down by galvanized zinc metal cable clips, which are really easy to use. You just flick them over the wire, and then as you screw them down, it cinches it tight and holds it really strongly into place. So we've done that on the smaller pond, and we've done something very similar on the larger pond. There is a gap all the way around, so like frogs and things can actually get in underneath. There's little sort of logs and bits so frogs and stuff can get out if they do go in there. But the whole point of this is that if someone was to fall on the pond, whether that's an adult, a child, or wildlife running across it, they're not going to end up in the pond. These metal grids, they are quite secure. I'll just show you by leaning on this one with my hand. So, you know, that's not going to budge. That's not going to budge. I'm the wrong side of 100 kilos, and I sat on that to test it. It creaked a little bit, but I didn't end up with a wet bum. So there we go, something a little bit different to the usual growing and planting, but basically part of allotment life. You know, things change, rules get stricter, and you just have to follow them, otherwise you're in breach of contract. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed this short video. As always, if you've got any comments, feel free to chatter away below. Take care. Bye bye.